Thanks for listening to the NVTV Podcast, produced by Neuqua Media.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of the NVTV Podcast. My name's Ilan Azwara, and on today's show, we'll be discussing Neuqua Valley cross country, and mostly being an underclassman on the varsity team. Joining me today, we have Jesse Gadauskas and Grayson Meek. Now, first of all, thank you guys for being here. I'm really appreciative that you guys can make it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
And just to get us started on the topic of cross country, how's your season been going so far? What's been your biggest accomplishment just so far in the season?
I'll go first. My season's been going pretty well. I mean, I've had a lot of improvement since track season, I would say. I mean, recently I've been, injured these past couple weeks. Just during a workout, I strained a muscle. It wasn't too bad, but it was,
yeah,
it was enough to keep me out of running for a little bit. But I'm coming back. I'm maybe racing conference this weekend, not sure. But overall, it's been a pretty good season. The team bonding has been really strong. We've been a really good group, and I think
agree.
I just think that we have a really good team this year, and there's just
especially the frost off.
Yeah, especially the frost off.
Yeah. How about you, Grayson?
My season's been going pretty good. It's a lot different. I get a lot more miles than I did in middle school, and so far, most of my races have been pretty good.
Pretty good.
Really good.
First two, I hung with Jesse.
Yeah. What was, because our last race was Twilight. What was your time at Twilight?
15:03.
That is really good. Especially for a freshman on a varsity scale, that's really good. Now, Jesse, I know you said you were injured. How has that been an obstacle so far in the season for you?
I mean, it's kind of been, more of a mental obstacle than physical. Because, it's keeping me out of running for a little bit. But, I've been biking and I've been getting back into running. And really, it takes a while to, lose fitness, more than, a week or two. So, really, I've just had to, I guess, overcome, feeling like I'm not prepared, I guess. And, I kind of had to, I guess, kind of go back to, the basics. Why am I so motivated to do this? What is my purpose? Why do I run? Kind of going back to all that to kind of reground myself, I guess. So that's kind of what it's done for me.
Yeah, injuries, no matter what sport, they're always a big setback. And obviously, you guys are really fast. You guys are, Jesse, you're a sophomore. Grayson, you're a freshman. And you guys are already running for the varsity team. How long have you guys been running distance for, though?
I've been running for 4 years now. Started in 6th grade with the Gregory Middle School running intramural.
Mm-hmm.
I've been running for 3.5 about. I started the summer before 7th grade by doing the summer running camp.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I actually did it. I did it once in 3rd grade during the summer, and I hated it, and I never wanted to come back to running ever again.
The fast cat camps?
Yeah. No, it wasn't anything about the camp. The camp wasn't the problem. I just did not like running at all. But then I came back to it a few years later, and I loved it. So
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
What got you into running though? What started your journey in distance running?
So it started with my dad was encouraging me. I was on a soccer team and encouraged me to try the running at Gregory. And I did it, and I absolutely loved it and decided to keep going in 7th grade and 8th grade.
I actually got into it because my older brother, who's 4 years older than me, did it when he was in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Yeah.
And so I kind of went to a few of his races and thought, okay, this is something cool I might want to try. And then, but I wasn't too sure about it because, I played a couple other sports, not super seriously, but, I was involved in them enough. And then I tried running and in the summer, and I just immediately really liked it, I guess.
Yeah, good. Now, you guys obviously run a lot. Jesse, what would you say was your average weekly mileage before your injury?
During the summer, my peak mileage was maybe 55-ish, and then during the season, it's been 35. I know that the upperclassmen varsity guys, because they do more miles, get in 50 miles a week in season. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good. But what do you like most about running? Like, obviously, you guys like running. You run a lot, but what would you say your favorite thing that like you get rewarded by running?
I mean, it's kind of hard because there's a lot of really, really great things that I love about it. I guess if I had to pick one, I would maybe say that it's just such a great, like, it's one can call cross country like an individual sport, but it's really like a team sport because, of course, your own time and place, like, it like matters for yourself, but it also just matters how you contribute to the team. And like, it's a group of like, it's a group of people that contribute to the team score. So it kind of creates this like accountability where you yourself have to do well, but you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the team. And so it just creates a really good culture of guys who really, I guess, care about each other and each other's performances and are really supportive of each other.
Yeah. I'm feeling like it afterwards. When I finish a race, I feel very confident and like happy and like proud that I did it. Yeah. And then watching my teammates cross the line, I feel very happy for them and proud of the team.
Yeah, meets are always a really good place to build like on the culture of the team and like where the guys are all together doing great things. But Jesse, I know you said something about scoring. Not too many people know how cross country scoring works. You think you can explain it real quick?
Yeah. So in cross country, the way it works is whatever place you get, that's how many points you score. So if you get first place, you get 1 point, second place, 2 points, and so on. You want the least amount of points, and it's compiled from your top 5 runners. And they have a 6th and 7th in case there's like ties and stuff like that. But basically, you out of your top 5 runners, you want the least amount of points scored. So if you got like
kind of like golf.
Yeah. So basically, getting a higher place means you get less points, which is what you want.
Yeah. And like, what does running just mean to you? Like, what's your motivation to keep going? Why do you keep doing it?
You can go first, Grayson.
Running means to me it means like to teach me to be like persevere and keep going at something, even though while you're going it's hard and very uncomfortable and it hurts.
Yeah, it makes you have to persevere and overcome.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's just like, there's physical challenges and there's also like mental challenges, and like just, I guess, teaching yourself to overcome those just makes you like better at it every time you do it. And then I guess you just learn to overcome, like, I guess all mental, physical, and not all, but like you get better at overcoming mental obstacles, I guess. So that's something really great that I've learned from running.
Like mental obstacles, like outside of running, right?
Yeah, like, if you like, I guess if you're like, trying to think of a good example. Maybe if just like you were dealing, like you have to like complete this like, project or whatever, you got to study for this test, then like, even though you don't want to do it, even though it's uncomfortable, you're going to like do the work, you're going to put in the work so that you can do well, because that's the better outcome in the end, is putting in the work.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what are your views, like both of you, what are both of your views on being an underclassman and racing with the varsity guys? Is it like tough mentally, or like, just what are your views on it?
I feel like I belong there, and like I feel good. I have good relationships with all the people on the varsity team, and I still maintain like relationship. I still talk to, and on recovery days I run with the freshmen to recover and just keep relationships with that team, the fresh soft team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just kind of like when you're an underclassman in a varsity race, you kind of have to put yourself out there and like basically tell yourself that your age doesn't really like determine like, what place you should get. Like if you, like I kind of struggle with this in track season when I was up with maybe some higher varsity guys, and I had to like, coaches would tell me over and over, and I finally had to, I guess, internalize that just because I'm younger doesn't mean that I should hold myself back, or like even just subconsciously like do less in any way because I feel like I can't be up with them or past them, or I'm like not good enough, I guess. So I guess you just have to tell yourself that even though you're younger, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I totally see that too. Like this year, Jesse, I've seen that from freshman year, you've improved a lot. And even in freshman year, you were still really fast too, but now you're like varsity at scale. And you look stronger than most of those guys you're racing against. And you too, Grayson, your freshman year, you're on racing varsity, and you're like out kicking most of those guys. That's like insane to me. And as we approach the state series and conference, what are you guys looking forward to, like, for the team and as a team?
Well, I mean, I kind of have, no offense, Grace, but I probably have like a better visualization of it just because I was
here last year.
I was here last year. I was like, one of the last alternates. So I kind of got like the experience of like going through a regional sectional state without actually racing it and just kind of being there. And I'm honestly really excited for our team to go through it because I'm especially excited for Grayson to experience it because it's just going to be, I guess, higher level races, higher pressure, I guess. Just it's going to be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I don't know what to expect yet. I'm excited to see the new competition. It's going to be a new feel. I don't think I've ever raced a race this importance too, for all three of these.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you too, Grayson, because it's really fun, and the first experience for it is really fun. I remember last year watching regional sectionals in state. It was super fun, guys spending time with each other, having loads of fun. And what are some of your goals for, like, later in your high school running career? Like, you guys are underclassmen now, but, like, what are you shooting for when you're a senior?
I mean, honestly, just improvement is kind of important to me. It doesn't really, like, the exact times I run or whatever, what places I get, that matters. I try to make that matter less to me because really what I try to run for and what's, like, a sustainable motivation to run for is, like, for fun and personal bests. So, I mean, really, that's just what I try to run for. I try to keep it like, it's a sport. It's not my life. It's a part of my life. So I guess I just try to keep it in perspective and just try to focus on improving myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like Jesse. I'm just looking for each year to improve my time, whether that be by like 3 seconds or like 30. That's my goal. And then, because like, I don't know what time I would get next year, or the senior year. I don't really know what to shoot for yet, so trying to see, like, by feel and each year, see what I can do.
Yeah. And I know you guys are underclassmen still. Looking at senior year is still a stretch, but just wondering, like, do you guys have any plans on running in college?
I do, yeah. I mean, I don't want it to be, like, the only factor in deciding where I go to college because I also want to, obviously go somewhere that I want to study there and I want to go there. I want to be there. I mean, it'd be cool to like get a scholarship somewhere if I could or something, maybe. But I want to run in college, pretty much no matter what. But I'm not gonna make it more important than other aspects. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am looking to do running in college. I would like to get a scholarship for it. And
You will.
just education and that is just as important, but I also want to go to school with a good cross-country program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see both of you guys getting scholarships. And, once again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time here today. And I think that's it for today. Once again, thank you to Jesse Godowskis and Grayson Meek for their time here today on the NVTV Podcast. The NVTV Podcast is produced by media students at Neuqua Valley High School, and enjoy the rest of your day.